Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CISSP Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the ISSP squared CISSP exam with focused explanations and practical context. In this episode, we'll focus on wireless network security, a vital part of protecting modern digital environments. As organizations grow increasingly reliant on wireless technology for mobility and convenience, the need for strong wireless security grows as well. We'll explore several key protocols that play central roles in wireless security: wired equivalent privacy, also known as WEP, Wi-Fi protected access versions 2 and 3, and the authentication standard known as 802.1x. Together, these protocols help define how secure or vulnerable your wireless environment really is. Let's begin by talking about why wireless security matters. Wireless networks are ubiquitous. They're found in offices, homes, airports, and public venues. They eliminate the need for physical cabling, allowing people to connect and work from anywhere within signal range. But with this convenience comes added risk. Wireless signals can extend beyond building walls, making them accessible to unauthorized users sitting in parking lots or nearby buildings. Unlike wired connections, which require physical access to a network port, wireless networks can be accessed by anyone with the right credentials or the right hacking tools. Risks include unauthorized access, data interception, rogue access points, and network spoofing. Attackers might eavesdrop on sensitive traffic, inject malicious code, or impersonate a legitimate access point. These threats can lead to data breaches, regulatory violations, and service disruptions. That's why it's critical to implement strong wireless encryption protocols, robust authentication systems, and proper management controls. Let's begin our technical deep dive by looking at the early days of wireless security, specifically the Wired Equivalent Privacy Protocol. Wired Equivalent Privacy, or WEP, was the first major attempt at securing wireless communications. Its goal was simple: make wireless security as good as that of wired networks. But in practice, WEP fell far short of this goal. WEP used a shared key and the RC4 stream cipher for encryption. However, it relied on a small 24-bit initialization vector that, when reused, allowed attackers to break the encryption with relative ease. Security researchers quickly discovered that WEP keys could be cracked within minutes using widely available tools. The protocol also lacked effective key management. Since WEP used static keys that rarely changed, attackers only needed a short window of time to capture packets and uncover the encryption key. Because of these weaknesses, WEP is now considered obsolete and insecure. Any network still using WEP should be upgraded immediately. Its history, however, remains relevant for the exam and for understanding how encryption protocols have evolved. Learning from WEP's failures helps reinforce the need for modern, properly implemented wireless security. Next, let's look at Wi-Fi protected access, first with version 2 and then with version 3. WPA2 replaced WPA and quickly became the global standard for wireless security. It introduced significant improvements, most notably through the use of the Advanced Encryption Standard, or AES. This change provided much stronger encryption than WEP or even the earlier WPA implementation. Cypher also introduced the counter mode with cipher block chaining message authentication code protocol, which added integrity checks and made it much harder for attackers to tamper with packets undetected. WPA2 supports two modes of operation: personal mode and enterprise mode. In personal mode, a pre-shared key is used for authentication. This is simple to configure but less secure in large organizations because everyone shares the same password. In contrast, enterprise mode uses 802.1x authentication and radius servers to assign unique credentials to each user, significantly improving accountability and access control. While WPA2 was a major advancement, it was not immune to attack. In 2017, the KRAC vulnerability showed that even WPA2 could be compromised under specific conditions. This led to the development and release of Wi-Fi Protected Access version 3. WPA3 builds on the foundation of WPA2 with several critical enhancements. It offers forward secrecy, which ensures that if one session key is compromised, past sessions remain secure. WPA3 also introduces simultaneous authentication of equals, which replaces the pre-shared key handshake with a more secure method resistant to offline dictionary attacks. Enterprise mode in WPA3 further improves encryption by using 192-bit security suites aligned with Commercial National Security Agency guidelines. It also adds protections for open networks such as those found in coffee shops and airports by using opportunistic encryption even when passwords are not exchanged. Organizations should upgrade to WPA3 wherever possible. Doing so not only provides stronger protections but also demonstrates a commitment to best practices in wireless security. If an upgrade is not immediately feasible, WPA2 with strong passwords and 802.1x authentication should be the minimum standard. For more cyber content and books, please visit cyberauthor.me. You'll find bestseller books, training tools, and resources tailored specifically for cybersecurity professionals. And you can find even more podcast episodes and tools at baremetalcyber.com. Now let's examine the powerful authentication standard known as 802.1x. 802.1x is an authentication framework that controls access to both wired and wireless networks. In wireless environments, it provides a method for validating user and device credentials before allowing them to join the network. It uses the Extensible Authentication Protocol, or EAP, which supports various authentication methods such as certificates, passwords, or tokens. This framework typically involves three components. First is the supplicant, which is the device requesting access. Second is the authenticator, usually a wireless access point or switch. And third is the authentication server, usually a radius server, that verifies the user's credentials. When implemented correctly, 802.1x offers several benefits. It eliminates the use of shared credentials, provides detailed visibility into who is accessing the network, and enables access policies based on role, device type, or location. It can also integrate with certificate-based systems for high-assurance authentication. Organizations using WPA2 or WPA3 in enterprise mode should pair it with 802.1x to maximize security and manageability. This combination provides strong, scalable access control that aligns with compliance frameworks and risk management best practices. Let's now look at practical strategies for implementing wireless security effectively. Start by documenting your wireless security policies. Specify the minimum required protocol, for example, WPA3 in enterprise mode. Detail your authentication methods, key management procedures, and access control policies. Deploy modern encryption standards across all wireless networks. If you manage legacy hardware that cannot support WPA2 or WPA3, it's time to phase it out. No exceptions should be made for devices that only support WEP. Conduct regular audits to identify rogue access points, misconfigured settings, or unauthorized devices. Wireless intrusion detection systems can help detect these threats in real time. Penetration testing teams should also assess your wireless environment to simulate real-world attacks. Management interfaces should be secured using strong, unique passwords and multi-factor authentication. Disable management over unencrypted protocols, and ensure your access points are updated with the latest firmware. Train staff regularly. End users should understand why wireless passwords matter and how to recognize suspicious behavior. IT administrators should be trained in secure configurations, protocol updates, and incident response procedures. Let's wrap up with a look at continuous improvement in wireless security. Wireless networks are dynamic environments. Devices come and go, users move between buildings, new threats emerge constantly. This means wireless security must be continuously refined and reviewed. Analyze security incidents involving wireless access. Were credentials compromised? Was encryption weak? Did an attacker set up a fake access point? Use these lessons to update your policies and configurations. Stay informed on protocol developments. Encryption methods deemed secure today may be deprecated tomorrow. Keep an eye on updates from the Wi-Fi Alliance, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, and your access point vendors. Collaborate with network, security, and compliance teams to ensure your wireless policies support organizational goals and industry regulations. Integrate wireless access control into your identity and access management systems for centralized oversight. Above all, remember that wireless security is not just about technology, it is about trust. When users connect to your network, they are trusting that their data is safe. When customers interact with your services, they expect privacy and reliability. Upholding that trust requires vigilance, preparation, and continuous improvement. Thank you for tuning in to the CISSP Prepcast by Bare Metal Cyber. Visit baremetalcyber.com for additional episodes, comprehensive CISSP study resources, and personalized certification support. Strengthen your understanding of wireless network security, including WEP, WPA2, WPA3, and 802.1x, and will consistently support your journey toward CISSP certification success.